Hi guys, Mr. Traction Engine here, and this is my ultralight backpacking setup. It actually is really compact and lightweight, and it doesn't do any harm to your back to work this. It's a nice lightweight kit. This is pretty much all the stuff you need for backpacking, and it's got some nice stuff in it. So I'll run through it bit by bit, and hopefully you'll enjoy. So first of all, got my knives. This Victorinox Swiss Army knife, the Swiss Champ. It's quite a nice knife, got a lot of attachments, just small blade, quite sharp. You can tell by if it cuts in your neck, this actually needs sharpening. But and there's another one in here. It helps with backpacking, just if you need it to cut rope or something in any normal situation. And it's got a hook here so you can easily wear it. I've got my other knife. It's just an old, it is quite an old one, but it's a multi-tool, and that can be useful just in case I lose my other knife, which I would hate to do because that's expensive, the other knife. And I here have a day bag which I wear separately to my big camping rucksack, and with this I keep my knives in the lid here in the front pouch, so if I'm wearing it walking along, you can, oh god, I'm not wearing that, you can just easily access it if you need if you're in a difficult one-handed situation. Here, hip flask, get them quite cheap on the bottom. I don't know if you can see this, but it's 7 ounces stainless steel. It means it's not going to stain if you get slightly wet overnight, and it just holds holds a surprising amount. And this is my daily drinking stuff, and I fill it with water, and it just fits in the front nicely there. Right, next up is survival blanket for sleeping. This is just a really useful, handy thing in case you get into one of those sticky situations where you get so cold you think you're getting hypothermia. I'd highly advise you wear it. What I was told, if you're in doubt, wear it, because you don't want to get hypothermia camping, because most likely in the wilderness, and it's not going to be a very nice situation if there's no one there. And so I keep this in here just in case, and I keep all the rest of my sleeping small stuff in this small bit here. Next up, some windproof matches. I keep them in a Mentos pot just to keep them dry overnight. Here they are, store ones. You can get them for about £1 in small shops, £1.50 usually. These are the matches. They're alright, a bit difficult to strike, but they really do work very well, and they're brilliant things. Highly advise you get them. I can just about fit 2 into this while keeping it dry, and I keep these in here as well just in case I need them during the day. Right, the last thing I keep in my day kit is a compass. These are really expensive, they're about 30 quid. You can just get a small cheap one, to be honest. I got this from my family, but you know, it's a good compass, got magnifying glass, tape measure. It's reliable, and to be fair, they are pretty much worth their expensive price. But that's the last thing I keep in my day bag, apart from a small whistle, in case you get lost or anything. People can find you if you do that, because it's very loud. And then this just goes around the back of your shoulder before you put on the main bag, and that's just easily accessible. You just want to, you know, get a knife or something during the day. Next bit of kit that you probably haven't noticed is this Timex Expedition camping watch. Waterproof, don't have to take it off during camp. Quite a nice watch. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a light on it. Oh, you can see that actually. And it's just a pretty rough watch, split a bit around the edge, but I haven't taken this off for a long time. Right, now we're getting on to my night bag. my main rucksack in here. It's just a billy can for eating my stuff. Average billy can, and it comes with 2 different plates for eating in, and that is really handy and compact. And I bring with a spork, which saves me bringing a full cutlery set. There's a carabiner so I can hang it off something. Personally, I leave it in my billy can because that saves a lot of space, and you need it at the same time, so when you just get out you can unpack that, and that's compact and it fits in there. The most important thing of a camping trip is a towel. They are for keeping you clean, obviously, and keeping your camping gears clean. And what I do is I wrap my billy can and spork up in it just to save space in the backpacking kit. It's really badly wrapped, but you know, that'll be alright. Next up is wash bag. Get these pretty cheaply. Just has things like toothbrush and stuff like that, just for basic sanitation and hygiene in the mornings. Right, next up is these for water. They're really useful. You would think these are disposable and just for festivally events, but they're actually quite rough. I've had these for quite a while. They're actually really good. You can get them for about £2. And got 2 different carabiners, and they can fold away really small and get put in your pocket. But these, yet again, are really handy, and you can just fill them up quickly, and they're nice things to use. Right, next up is on the back of my rucksack. I keep a length of rope, really useful on a carabiner. Really useful stuff. This, in any situation, it probably will come in handy and very useful. Next up is self-inflating pillow for overnight sleeping. It's compact, lightweight, very lightweight, and you just open it and then you can go back out, leave it in your tent, and when you come back it will be inflated, unless it's old like this one, which you'll have to give it a bit of help, and you can blow it up as well with a pump, or pretty much mainly with your breath. Next up, thermal flask. This is a cheap Asda one, but they really do hold in the heat, and they're pretty much non-spill. I've tipped this over in my tent, thought, oh my god, and then realised how good it was. It stopped my tent from getting all wet in the night. So this is very handy, and you can make it, and about an hour later it'll still be warm, like a flask pretty much, but you know, a semi-permanent flask. Right, next up, light. You can get these a lot cheaper than my one. This is quite a good one, quite expensive. A few different settings, but you know, this is very handy to have in a tent at night. You know, you can see your way around, and one of the main tools, I use this instead of a flashlight because, you know, this is very reliable, pretty water resistant, and well, I say cheap. It's not. This one isn't cheap, but you can get them different models cheaply. Right, next up is my sleeping bag. This is only a 2-season one on here. It's quite big when you actually unpack it. It's very light. Well, yeah, very light and small, and it packs away so nicely. With small sleeping bags, you'd think it would be difficult to pack away. This thing, oh my goodness. I've been used to a huge sleeping bag like this. Compared to this, they're pretty much about the same when you open them out, except this packs so much easier, this one. It is so nice. And this one, oh, so chunky to pack, it's just horrible. But oh well. And that was that. Next up, my tent. Gillette Solo tent. It's quite small inside, but here's a picture of it here. They are so lightweight and nice just to pack, and they're small, don't take up much room. They're pretty easy to pack away actually, surprisingly, and they're actually a lot bigger than what you'd think they are once you open it up. Inside it's a bit small and you can't really keep much of your kit inside it, but if you had an old tarp you could put that up separately. Right, next I just have a map. of the area, just in case I need any help, you know, if I get lost. OS maps are handy. You can get the active ones, which mean they're weatherproof and they'll last a long time. Next up, well, last almost, cooking. I have a Trangia meth stoves. They're very compact and lightweight. They're aluminium. Here is the frying pan, and inside, open these out, there's the kettle. In the kettle there's the burner and different pots and pans in here, and the windshields and all sorts of stuff, and it's just, you can get them for about £50, but they are, trust me, you'd think that's expensive, they are so worth that money. And this is a non-stick one. I got this on discount for about £40, and this is the biggest one you can get and non-stick. You can get different versions of the Trangia. Personally, I actually like this one. Non-stick, lasts ages, really sturdy and tough, and they cook for a long time, and they will last you a lifetime as well. And this is, I just take, on my backpacking, I take a small amount of meths, not in the big bottles. This is just to show you what it is, but I take it in smaller bottles and ration the amounts that you use, so you don't end up wasting it, because it's expensive stuff to replace. Right, now to pack it. Okay, so I'll put this in first because I'm going to eat dinner last on my backpacking trip. Then I put in self-inflating pillow, so I'm not going to need that until I go to sleep. Then wash bag goes in the bottom because you're not going to need it until you wash. Then I put in the tent. This usually packs a lot nicer, but I'm doing it only roughly, so just move stuff about so it fits in better. Then sleeping bag goes in. This should fit in really nicely. I put the Trangia in last because you're probably going to eat before you put up your tent and stuff. And if you want to brew up for lunch or something, that's good. And then I'll just put in these two. There's not much room left in the bag because I put in all the big stuff, but you can fold them away, as I said, and just they fit in nicely. This has a waterproof bin sort of liner thing. You can do that up and it fits in there, and then there's the proper top, and it just flips over quite nicely. Usually with these, not today perhaps, but you can loosen them up a lot. So that bit packed, and then in the side bits I put in the water, the flask container. Where I usually backpack there's a fresh water stream, so I don't really need to worry about getting fresh supplies of water, bringing them with me, unless in emergencies or in other cases I will bring rationed water. In the other compartment I'll put in my handy OS map, and they actually, instead of the sort of netting you get on usual rucksacks, they have proper zipping side containers, so it's a lot easier, waterproof, and your stuff won't fall out or get lost. That's that bit packed. On the back here there's a clip. I just clip my rope in the back like oh, I messed that up a bit. Bear with me. Just like that. And then in the top bit here at the back there's a compartment. I just put my light in there. And that's that. So that's my backpacking kit. Fits in this bag and in this bag. What I do to wear it is I just put this bag on first, then this bag and you can just clip on the sides, and there's an extra clip just for protection. If one breaks and you're up a steep hill or something, it would be really annoying to lose your bag down the hill, go all the way back and collect it again, say the Lake District or somewhere high like that. And so this is the kit. It's really lightweight, it doesn't weigh much, you can jump about in it. The kit's quite small compared to me. Well, you know, if you think there's a tent in here, there's all sorts of stuff in here. It is well packed and well worth getting lightweight equipment like this. And as I say, just easy accessible water, knives, day kits, and things you'll need during the day. And it's relatively comfortable on the back because this bag you can get for about 100 quid. I got this on offer for about 50. They have padded squishy things like cushions, I say, and it's pleasurable to actually wear. It's nice, lightweight, fits, and you can adjust here in different places like this. Pretty waterproof, and yeah, they're just nice, cheap-ish. You want to save up for your entire equipment, but otherwise I'd say it's worthwhile investing in a lightweight backpacking gear. Alright guys, thanks, hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.